Next, I will offer you my latest discovery on how to turn a small kitchen and make it appear 1 time to 2 times larger or more. Most of these ideas would be labor extensive, which means you mostly won't find affiliate recommendations included in the list. I know you hate that. So let's start the countdown. And as always, this research compilation is presented for you by simphome.com. 12. Make it white. Using white is one of the first ideas seasoned designers will pull out of their bag of tricks to make any room seem bigger. Light bounces off white surfaces better than any other color. White on the walls, ceiling, counters, and cabinets reflect natural and artificial light and give a kitchen a bright and airy feel. On the other hand, dark colors tend to do the opposite and make a space, especially in a tiny kitchen, look and feel more cramped than it is. While it may not increase the square footage, white creates the desired illusion of spaciousness, pleasing to the eye. If you feel that's not enough, you can try more solutions. For example, craft this DIY custom rolling kitchen island that you can push out of the way when not in use. 11. Extend your cupboards up to the ceiling. You can make your kitchen seem larger by extending the cupboards with built-in open shelving up to the ceiling. It's even better if you paint them white. Start by measuring the width and depth of each cupboard and the height you want. Next, cut 3/4-inch plywood to these dimensions and assemble open boxes with wood screws. In this example, the owner also added a protruding box with a side panel to make the refrigerator look built in. Secure the boxes to the cupboard with screws. Screw scrap wood flush to the box's tops and the ceiling for anchors to install a header. Add 1.5-inch trim to cover the box faces. Also add 2 trims to conceal joints where the side panel, box shelf, and header meet. Lastly, add the crown molding to match with the existing one. 10. Maximize the space. For this galley kitchen, the key was maximizing what little space it had. Every appliance is built in flush with the cabinetry. Even the microwave oven found space among the cupboards above the recessed range oven. A 2-foot wide floor-to-ceiling pantry cabinet adds even more space to store plenty of items. Longer cupboards also added more storage. Besides the sink, round-in shelves serve as spice racks on both cupboard sides. Even the window still acts as a shelf for plant decor. The ample storage frees up the countertop. You'll find only the most often used items. The excellent use of space feels less cramped, and you can move around conveniently on an unobstructed floor. 9. Hanging pot rack idea. The space above the kitchen sink window is often the most overlooked area for storage. With a hanging pot rack, you can hang your pots and pans with a decorative flair. First, glue 2 4x2x8s together for the top base. Screw it to the ceiling where you marked the studs. Cut 2x3s to build the 4x16-inch rectangular lower frame and put them together with screws. Add bracing where you'll drive 12 hooks to hang your pans. Attach metal clasps to the 4 corners of the base and bottom frame, where you'll attach your chains using threaded links. You can also try this less complicated method of mounting the frame on top of the cupboards and using swivel hooks. In any case, make sure that your pots and pans are in mint and presentable condition. 8. Kitchen pendant light. Another way to augment the lighting over the sink during nighttime is with whimsical DIY pendant lights. For a more rustic look, spray paint the black bulb guards with oil-rubbed bronze. Then build a frame using 1x3s that wrap around a 4x8x1-inch board for the light box. Next, drill 3/4-inch holes where you want your pendant lights. Add 2/4-inch holes where your 4-inch mounting bolts would go to mount the box to the ceiling. Also drill a hole on one side for the pull chain switch. Then stain the box to the color you like. The wiring is mica insulated for an antique look. Connect both wires to the new sockets in series and one wire to the pull chain switch before tapping your existing wiring. After the wiring, attach the bulbs and guards on the sockets. 7. Rustic storage bin idea. This rustic-looking DIY stackable storage bins are a great way to store some of your stuff because they look good and only take up some floor space. Attach two 2x2 by 7.5-inch boards to both ends of a 2x2 by 9.75 inch with screws and glue to form a U shape. Then make another one. Next, attach three 1x4s under these U shapes for the floor. Place the first 1x3 side pieces around this frame, about 3/4 inches lower from the bottom to form a lip. Add the second 1x3 siding about an inch above the first ones. This should leave the 4 posts protruding at the top where you can stack another crate identical to this one. Build as many of these rustic containers as you need. 6. Folding dining table. A simple way to make a DIY folding wooden table is to cover an existing plastic one with a wooden table top. Cut 1x6-inch boards to cover the plastic top. Around 6 pieces should be enough. Lay them down side by side and glue them together. Next, apply wood glue to the entire surface. Then attach a similar-sized, thin Luan plywood. With the plywood still facing up, attach a 1x2-inch trim all around the edge of this new tabletop with glue. If it's larger than the plastic one, you can glue 1x2-inch stoppers laid flat on the other side. Use mini wax stain for a natural look. Then all it is a matter of laying it over the folding table whenever you're going to use it. 5. DIY corner bin. To free up more space, build this DIY corner vegetable bin to store your potatoes, onions, garlic, and even fruits. First, cut 9x9-inch plywood for the 3 bottom pieces. Mark 4 3/4 inches from top opposite corners and cut a diagonal line from both points. For the 10x10-inch top, mark the diagonal 1.5 inches from the opposite corners and cut. Next, join two 31x10x1-inch plywood backing from mitered corners with glue and finishing nails. Attach a bottom piece every 10.5 inches to this backing, starting from the lowest one, then add the top. The 2 sides are 1x6-inch boards by 31 inches long. From the top front corner, mark 4.5 inches back and 7 inches down and cut diagonally from those points. Repeat the process every 3.5 inches down until you reach the bottom. Finally, attach both sides to the bin and also cover the diagonal fronts with mitered 1x4 boards. Pasting pretty printed labels on these faces will help your household know what food items go where. 4. No upper cabinets. Probably the most effective way to make a kitchen seem more spacious is by getting rid of cupboards entirely. Instead, use open floating shelves painted white. By revealing the wall behind the cupboards, it will show just how large the kitchen is. Before, the upper cabinets ate up wall space that made the kitchen seem more confined. For best results, extend the white subway tile backsplash into the ceiling. You can also craft this large custom DIY spice rack if you need more shelf space. 3. Wall-mounted mug rack. Instead of putting your pretty mugs on a countertop dish rack, why not hang them on this DIY mug rack? Removing the dish rack will help you free up some countertop space while providing lively decoration on a wall. Get about 4 to 5 over-the-door hooks from Dollar Tree and hammer the top wires flat. Also, disassemble 2 mops and get only their metal poles. You then glue the door hooks to these poles, secure them with zip ties, and then spray paint everything black. After it dries, you can mount it on the wall using anchor hooks and begin hanging your mugs and even small platters. Maybe add a vine along the top and dangling from one side for more style points. 2. Built-in fridge. Besides enhancing the style and overall appeal of a kitchen, a built-in refrigerator maximizes space significantly around it because of its size. With the fridge tucked in flush within the cabinetry and out of the way, people can move more freely than left standing alone on a wall. It streamlines the flow of the movement, resulting in more efficient work in the kitchen. In this example, the owner even utilized the space above the fridge to excellent effect with open shelves. Together with that of the pantry, the siding of the ref enclosure form a divider and entrance. They help elegantly define the kitchen from the rest of the dining area, but in an open layout that doesn't feel confining. Lastly, number 1. 3 DIY kitchen cabinet ideas that increase your storage solution options. Cabinet door racks. You can build door racks for various items and cabinets in your kitchen for more storage. For example, you can install them in your cabinet sink doors to hold cleaning items and detergents. On another cabinet, the doors may have a spice rack holding small spice bottles. However, make sure they don't collide with any shelves inside when closing them. Cabinet pull-out shelves. Another ingenious solution is to install pull-out shelves that are merely internal drawers. That make them a lot more convenient than fixed shelves. They're ideal for awkward spaces, such as inside the cabinet sink. It doesn't matter if they have an odd layout because they're behind cabinet doors. They also have sidings to keep items from falling off when you're moving them. Raise your cabinets. You can also raise your cabinets to the ceiling to utilize the space above. Adding open shelves underneath will not only add storage space, but even result in a roomier feeling countertop.